know what I think we should do first is we should do this orange trail and see the forest fire. When was that now? 1991, they said?
I think so.
They had a forest fire there.
And then,
Neat. I'd really like to see, like, you know, what the whole place is about, like the giant old white pines.
for sure.
So, I mean, the old growth white pine yellow trail.
Let's go check some.
Man, that's 8 kilometers, eh? We'll have to see how far we get.
For sure. Hi everyone, welcome to thunderbaytrees.ca. My name is Jay, and today we are hanging out in Greenwood, not Greenwood.
Yeah.
Greenwood?
Yep.
Greenwood Lake Conservation
Reserve.
Not area, reserve.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, and right now we're just going through the Orange Trail. And on the Orange Trail, there's a little section where about 20 years ago, 1991, a forest fire came through. It was a high-intensity forest fire that killed out a bunch of the white pine. Now, typically, white pine have very fire tolerant. See, this is why these guys are here. I think between the three of us, we have the equivalent of one PhD in forestry. So, you know, they're helping me out today. Very fire-tolerant bark, but because the intensity of the fire was so hot, it ended up scorching the crowns and killing off a bunch of the white pine. And right here behind us is the remnants of that fire from about 20 years ago. Anything else, guys?
Step out of the way so they can see it.
Okay.
It is directly behind Jay, actually. Right, very much. Well, he's going to fall into the cavity. There we go.
Another cap.
And then we also got...
Very nice. Regeneration.
Well, and the cool thing with white pines is they typically need mineral soil, you know, with nutrients. And right after a fire, you usually have mineral soil because some of the organic layer is burnt off. And you also have this, so you have this beautiful seed bed with nutrients from the ashes. And these little guys start appearing. Now, I don't know if this one's actually 20 years old. I kind of suspect it, well, it could be.
It's coloring us.
Close.
It could be, because they're going to grow a lot slower in this sort of situation. Maybe it didn't germinate that same season, maybe a year or two later. But yeah, this could very well be one of the babies that came back after the fire that came through here. So, okay, so we're going to move on. Quiz, guys. Ontario's provincial tree.
White pine.
And we're standing right here in a section of old growth white pine. And the really interesting thing about this area is that there's 4 distinct layers. So we got like the top layer, the kind of climax layer of the white pines, and then a little further down there's this other layer where we have some birches, and we actually saw a red maple not too long ago. Although red maple is really not typical of northern Ontario, but there's a little bit of red maple in here. Red maple. And then as you go further down, there's sort of a bit of a shrub layer where we have things like beech hazel and moose maple, and then what else do you guys see here?
I saw a speckled alder.
Oh, some alder, yeah. And then as you keep going, just kind of panning down, you get down to the herb layer. And as you'll tell, it's not all that productive. We got a lot of needles, and there's a few, you know, see a little bit of cornus, what's this stuff?
Bunchberry.
Bunchberry, some ferns, some of that stuff that James was just chewing on. Sarsaparilla. And also, you also have some tree species in that layer as well, a little bit of balsam fir. But you can tell that it's pretty, for the most part, not a whole lot of stuff growing here, because all the other layers as you go up are taking resources, light from above and water and nutrients from below.
Talking about understory layer here, lots of sarsaparilla in the area, and if you've watched Bugs Bunny, you'll hear sarsaparilla from time to time, but the real flavoring you get is in root beer, and it's actually from the root itself. You peel back the skin of the root, and if you get a little chew it around in your mouth, it'll taste a little bit like root beer. Now the better part is up closer to the right where the stem comes out of the root. It's a little more flavorful in here, but I don't really have the equipment to wash that off. And it's easy to tell sarsaparilla when you see it, because it's got these 5 leaves. The bottom 2 sets branch off as opposing pairs, and then the top one comes right out the top. It's sort of unmistakable, almost always, unless they're broken, has these 3 leaf bundles up on top. And if you're ever lost in the bush, you can actually eat the roots of this stuff.
Well, we hope I hope this video, if this has done nothing else than inspire you to come and check out Greenwood Lake Nature Reserve. I'd encourage you to do that. It's a bit of a drive from Thunder Bay. We're talking 2 hours if you have a pickup truck, or 3 hours if you have a little car like mine, because you don't want to go too fast on the roads. But I encourage you to come and check it out. Take a look at these huge white pines, probably the biggest in northwestern Ontario, and also some other neat trees like red maple. So till next time, I'm Jay for thunderbaytrees.ca, where we talk about anything and everything as long as it relates to trees in and around Thunder Bay.